Welcome to the Labour Force. I'm Bongeni Muchwa. Members of the Metalworkers Union NUMSA, together with members of the South African Transport Workers Union, are currently marching to the offices of the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa to hand over a memorandum of demands addressed to Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula and heads of PRASA and its subsidiary bus passenger company, Autopax. Autopax operates the Translux and city-to-city long-distance luxury coach services countrywide, but it's been in financial distress for a long time now, and NUMSA and SATAU say its members, who are mainly drivers, were informed yesterday that the company is going to suspend its operations from today. The unions say management did not provide any reasons for suspending operations, and they want the Minister of Transport and PRASA to intervene. Meanwhile, all eyes will be on NUMSA later this afternoon when it announces its decision regarding the crippling strike in the steel and engineering sector. The strike is now in its second week and is said to be costing steel companies around 300 million rand a day. The impact of the strike is now being felt in the automotive sector as well, where car maker BMW says it has lost the production of hundreds of cars due to a shortage of inputs from its suppliers of steel products. To discuss this further, NUMSA spokesperson Phakamile Hlubi-Majola joins us on the line now. Good afternoon, Phakamile, and welcome to the Labour Force.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your listeners, and thank you for having me on the show.
Now, you say at Autopax, of course, we know that it's been having financial issues for a while now, but you say you don't understand why that is the case, because the buses are always full. So, in your view, it points to mismanagement. What do you want the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, to do?
We want the Minister to keep his promise. In 2018, if I'm not mistaken, the Minister had a meeting with all stakeholders at Umjantshi House at the head offices of PRASA. And already by then workers were complaining about interruptions in the salaries and the fact that they were not being paid regularly. And the Minister acknowledged that PRASA's problems are mismanagement. That's what he said. He confirmed that. He said there was a problem with management, number one. Number two, he made a personal promise to clean up the management so that these problems would stop. And since then, the minister has frankly just been a no-show or has not committed to that promise. And this is why workers are so frustrated, because these problems keep coming up. As of recently in September, again, their salaries were not paid. And then to the shock of our officials yesterday, PRASA announced that all services would be suspended with immediate effect starting today. They didn't give an explanation for why that is the case. They didn't give, it came as a big surprise. And bearing in mind that workers have been raising from the floor since at least 2018 the issues of mismanagement, and the minister knew about it, why is it that nothing has been done?
Now, of course, I understand that today you are marching, you're handing over a memorandum. Are there any meetings that are planned between yourselves and management to get clarity and answers to all these issues?
We are hoping that this march will get the attention of PRASA and, more importantly, of the Transport Ministry, for them to take this matter seriously and to urgently resolve it. As things stand, workers are in limbo. It's like nobody knows what to do with Autopax. Just to give you a classic example, Autopax was actually in the process of a Section 189 restructuring consultation process, which started in April. That Section 189 consultation process had to be suspended because, you know, when you discuss Section 189, one of the things that comes up is that there are workers who want to take early retirement or take packages. PRASA was unable to confirm whether it would have funding for those voluntary severance packages. So you want to retrench workers, but you've got no money to actually pay for that process. But at the same time, when you listen to the PRASA GCEO, Zelani Matthews, it's as if there's no plans that are made for PRASA. So this entity is stuck in limbo. Nobody wants to say outright what they want to do with it. Nobody wants to take responsibility for it, even though it is wholly owned by PRASA.
Now, Phakamile, I'm going to have to stop you there because I want to move on to the steel strike. Of course, it's a burning issue in the country at the moment, with losses to the industry said to be around 300 million rand a day. You have an offer on the table that you've been consulting your members on since last week, Thursday. I believe now you are ready to announce your decision later this afternoon at around 4 o'clock. The offer that's on the table, of course, you've declined to confirm or deny that it's 6%. But the question is, are the employers united on this offer? Because when you announced that there's been an offer that has been placed on the table, you were very specific to say that it's from SIFSA. Yet we know that there's 3 employer organizations. There's NIASA and another employer organization. Are all the employers united on the offer that you've been currently consulting your members on?
SIFSA offered 6%. And as you correctly say, we will be announcing what the decision is from our members this afternoon. But it is not a situation where where employer associations are united. They are definitely not united. SIFSA made its offer. The CEO, Saifa has a different offer. If I'm not mistaken, it's around 4%. The NIASA it wasn't even an offer. NIASA made a recommendation of 4.28%. So one of the challenges we face is that if we are going to sign, we need to make sure that the majority of the parties sign onto this agreement. If they do not, we are going to struggle to get it gazetted. And that is also part of the challenge. The employers are not united. And that may create a challenge as we go forward in this process. Now,
coming on the side of your members, losses, of course, are mounting as well on them in terms of salaries. We're talking about 100 million rand as of earlier this week that they've lost in salaries combined. We understand that many of them are weekly earners. So by now, we're talking about 2 weeks of no pay because of the strike. Are your members still united in terms of possibly going ahead or forging ahead with the strike action?
That's something that we're going to confirm at 4 p.m. and I hope that SABC will be there to cover it live so that we can give you exactly what the way forward is for us.
Phakamile, on that note, thank you very much. We always appreciate your time, and we will see you later this afternoon when, of course, you make that important announcement. That's why we leave it. The Alternative Investor up next with Nastasia Arendse. It's good afternoon from me.